Hello, greetings everyone, and thank you very much for joining United States of Africa broadcast. And today I'm going to emphasize on the importance of Pan-Africanism to bridge the gap and also promote African unity. There's been a lot of division that is caused by many factors, the colonial boundaries that were bestowed upon us by our former colonizers. But it's time to shed out these colonial boundaries so that we can realize that regardless where we are from, we are one people, the African people, and the African nation. And we should not allow the foreign religions or the tribes that were introduced by our colonial masters to continue dividing us. And this is why United States of Africa has been consistently preaching and promoting Pan-Africanism because this is the only way that we can create the Africa that we want. I can see there's someone joining from Vanuatu. Thank you very much for joining. The United States of Africa mission is to unify all people of African descent. It doesn't matter whether you're in Africa, in South Pacific, in Melanesia, in Europe, in the United States. We are seeking to unify all people of African descent wherever they are. And the Pan-Africanism preaches a message that regardless tribal differences, regardless religious differences, we are one people and one nation. And the only way that we can confront the challenges that we are facing all over the world is to come together and realize that without working together, then we are working against each other. And I can see there's someone joining from Nigeria, the giant of Africa, a nation with a lot of potential. And I believe that it's about time that we begin to unleash our potential. But we cannot unleash the potential of Africa if we continue being disunited by so many ideologies that have been introduced and acting as divide and rule, divide and conquer. We have to rise above the tribalism differences, the tribal differences, completely reject tribalism, reject everything that is dividing us. And if we reject everything that is dividing us, then we begin to win the first battle of unifying ourselves and realizing that without United States of Africa, Africa does not have any future, it does not have any hope. It's very important for Africans or people of African descent to begin to work together towards self-improvement. Because if we don't work towards self-improvement, then our conditions will continue getting worse. And there's so many conflicts that we are seeing in Africa as a result of the colonial boundaries that were bestowed upon us by the colonizers. And when African countries were getting independence, they did not reject these colonial boundaries. And as a result, we still have them till today. And another source of conflict is the religious differences. Africans with different religious beliefs are using those religious beliefs to discriminate against other Africans, to wage war against other Africans, and this is completely unacceptable. If your religion makes you fight against other Africans, then you should discard that religion, completely throw it away, and embrace African cultural values. Because in African culture, we don't encourage conflicts. African cultures unify, and realizing the diversity of African culture and how rich our heritage is, we need to embrace more our cultural heritage, and be proud of who we are as a people. Realize that before any other religion, there was African culture, and this African culture unified It instilled community values, a sense of belonging between different communities. And Africans for centuries have worked together to build very strong empires because of that unity that Africans had. This is why you see that till today, the pyramids that were built by Africans, they are standing tall because they were built through unity. They were built through sheer hard work of people united towards a common goal. But for us to begin to see such kind of magnitude of development, we need to unify, completely reject everything that divides Africans, everything that makes Africans fight against each other. We need to completely reject and dismantle all these foreign elements that make Africans to be at loggerheads. Every time you see Ghana and Nigeria meet, there is war, there is conflict, yet they eat the same jollof rice. This is the time now to completely reject all these divisions and encourage many Africans to embrace Pan-Africanism. Whether in Madagascar, I can see there's someone joining from Madagascar. We need to embrace Swahili as a national language for Africa. That way, we'll be having one African language that we can use to communicate. And having a unifying language is very important because it will help eradicate the mistrust that is caused by these foreign languages that we are speaking. And it will make us express ourselves much better. When we are using African languages, we express ourselves much better, and we are able to get to reach out even to those who did not go to school. If we use an African language, we are able to reach, our message is able to reach to all Africans, regardless their educational status. At the same time, we connect with our roots, we connect with African identity. But when we are speaking English, we are speaking French, we immediately relate ourselves with our former colonizers. And this is not something good. And for that reason, we've been promoting Swahili, and we encourage Africans that want to be part of the Swahili program to contact us. If you want to volunteer to teach Swahili, those who want to learn, get in touch with us so that we can come up with a new program that will focus on promoting Swahili as a national language for Africa. When someone is saying one Africa, one government, one currency from Kenya. Thank you, Patrick, joining from Kenya. And then we have Mohammed from Sierra Leone. I hope everything is okay there in Sierra Leone. There's Fikar from Nigeria. Thank you very much for joining. And if you have not joined any of our platforms, make sure that you join so that you can register as a member of Global Pan-Africanism Network. In Nigeria, we are registered there, and there's an active chapter that is in operation. We need to see more Africans embrace Pan-Africanism and join Global Pan-Africanism Network so that we can advance this vision of a unified Africa. Because without us working together, it's going to be very difficult for Africa to rise and become an economic power. We have countless natural resources, but without utilizing these natural resources, unifying and adding value to these natural resources for our own benefit, we are not going to see a developed Africa. Rwanda took a very important step by building a gold refinery. Also, Tanzania has a gold refinery. And this is something good that is happening. It shows that Africans are realizing the value of what they have. we need to see more industries to process our natural resources. We should be seeing another factory that will process diamond, another one that will process iron, another one that will process copper and cobalt, so that we don't see continuous underdevelopment of Africa by foreign multinationals that come and take away our natural resources as raw materials, and then the same companies they come to sell us to sell to us finished products. We need to even see Nigeria begin to create more refineries that will refine its oil, so that instead of importing oil from other countries outside Africa, we should see African countries directly importing oil from Nigeria, and so on. If we begin to utilize the continental free trade area to add value to whatever we have, then we are going to see Africa developing. Probably a single major problem can be solved in any place at any time, in any area. Activity in the people non-universe, and then unless and until global operating system of racism, white supremacy is eliminated in 10 major areas with an operating system based on justice. The global system of racism, white supremacy function in 10 major areas. And these are economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, language, politics, and religion. Thank you, Paul, joining us via LinkedIn. These are they are amazing points, and you're right that there is need to dismantle this institution of white supremacy. And the only way to dismantle it is by creating our own systems. And if we create our own education system that reflects the African values, African culture, African languages, and makes indigenous languages academic languages, then that is a very important step of African liberation. For us to have an independent economy, it means that we need to have control over all processes, all systems of distribution, the marketing channels. We should have control over banking systems, from the manufacturing of currency to the distribution of the currency. But many African countries actually rely on France and many other countries to print its currencies. And this neo-colonial dependency is what has made African countries to live at the mercies of its former colonizers. When it comes to funding our own budgets, we don't see African countries funding their own budgets. Instead, they auction our natural resources and then borrow a lot of money in foreign aid, and this foreign aid has continued to underdevelop Africa because it has made us over-dependent on these external factors. If African countries do not receive loans from World Bank, then they can't even pay salaries, and this is something that we need to put to an end. When it comes to films and the entertainment industry, we need to own all the distribution and the production channels for all our films. We need to embrace African films that promote Pan-African values, that reflect the history of Africa as it is, and completely reject these Eurocentric films that always portray Africans as the victims. They portray Africans being rescued, and this is not the Africa that we want. We want a new Africa that reflects what it was before the colonizers came. the glorious history of Africa has always been hidden. And even if those trying to tell the African history as it is, the mic is taken away so that they cannot even speak, and they cannot speak about the true African history. So for that reason, it requires Africans to tell their own stories, and for us to tell our history as it was, and as we want it to be, because we have to be to take charge and ownership of our history and heritage. Uh, Kelvin is saying stand for One Africa because Africa is blessed. Kelvin from Nigeria. And then we have Splash One Africa watching from Nigeria. Paul is saying existing operating system must be first eliminated because two systems cannot operate in the same place at the same time. Basically, we have a lot of work to do to create our own system because we cannot rely on the same system that has oppressed Africans for more than 400 years to be the same kind of system to save us or to liberate us. And for us to free ourselves, we need to decolonize our minds and embrace new attitudes that makes us in control and in charge of Africa's destiny, instead of having this foreign savior mentality that makes Africans believe that all they need is just sit down and wait for the foreign savior to come and redeem Africa. This will not happen if we do not invest our time, if we do not invest our resources towards the unification of Africa. We need to see more Africans support United States of Africa and work towards the realization of a unified Africa that is unified through the Pan-African principle. Stephanie is saying, watching from America. Thanks for watching. You can support United States of Africa by enrolling on Patreon, share our stream, and spread our message throughout various channels, and take an active role in the realization of United States of Africa by volunteering your skills towards building the Africa we want, towards creating the Africa that we want to see. Thanks, Alec, for joining from South Africa. You're saying One Africa. The United States of Africa is a vision that whose time has come, and we have been working with Africans in Africa, Africans in the Caribbean, Africans in Europe, Africans in Melanesian region, and Africans all over the world. As long as you are of Black descent, then you are an African, and you belong to the African nation. This is the message that we continue to preach, and we encourage more Africans to reconnect with their roots, and let us work together towards self-improvement and carry on the vision of Global Pan-Africanism Network and the United States of Africa. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day, and also have a good evening, depending on your time zone.